friends, I'm going to show you how to make a solo cup Drawbot. Now, it doesn't have to be a solo cup. Maybe you have a big plastic fruit container or something that's made out of plastic that's strong enough to hold the weight and still spin around. And you can try out different things. I just so happen to have a solo cup, and so that's what I'm going to use today. So in order to get started for this project, you're going to need, that wasn't in your kit, you're going to need to plug in your glue gun, and you're going to need some duct tape and a pair of scissors. So while you're getting that, let me tell you about the glue gun again. You never touch the end where the glue comes out because you will get burned. You usually only use a glue gun with one hand. The hole at the end is where you put in the hot glue stick when you run out. I like to keep one beside me so I never run out. And with the other hand, you're usually holding the object that you want to glue so that your fingers never get glue on it. When the hot glue is runny and a liquid, it's very hot and it will burn your finger. So I don't want you to get out a glue gun unless your grown-up is with you, standing there helping you. It's not a maker tool that you turn on all by yourself. You always ask a grown-up. So the very first thing that we're going to do to get ready is we're going to take our scissors and our duct tape. And I know duct tape can be frustrating. I know it can. This is what I cut before and it got all stuck together. But I'm thinking that maybe if I trim this up and I'm maybe making a house or something out of cardboard where I need a curtain, I could trim it and I'd have a little curtain. And so what I do is I take my mistakes and I put them in a little recycle box I have, and that way I always have really good stuff to look through. So let's take our tape. We want to pull it up. We want to open our scissors and get right into the point and cut one and tape it beside you. Now I don't want you to get nervous. Take your time. 2, because remember, you could always stop this video and go back and restart it. I'm going to tell you we're going to cut 4 today. 3, 4. So we need 4. And once you have that cut, you want to go in your Drawbot kit and get out 4 markers, any colors you want. So now that you have your tape, your glue guns on, and you have your markers, you want to take your cup. And let me explain to you, the white part of the cup is called the lip of the cup because you put it to your lips to drink. This is now a maker tool, so it's nothing that goes near anybody's mouth. You don't use this to drink from anymore. So we're going to take the first marker. We're going to find where the lid ends. We're going to put it right on that lip. We're going to take that tape and we're going to tape it so that the marker end is pointing down. We're going to spin it about 1/4 of the way. I like to put my tape on one finger and use my hands to do the rest of the work. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to spin it around. So I went about 1/4 of the way. I'm going to take my tape, put it in my hand, get my next marker, put it on that lip, and tape it down. Now remember, we want it to be level. The points of the markers all have to touch the paper because if one's higher or one's lower, it's going to fall over from the weight of the motor and the weight of the battery. I already got it stuck together a little bit, but I think I can still use it. And I'm going to put my last marker on there. Remember, some of these things are hard for grown-ups too. And I have it, and I'm going to set it down, and mine is staying flat to the surface. So the next thing we want to do is we want to take our toy motor. This is in a lot of your toys, you just don't see it. And there's 2 copper prongs. They're fragile like eggs. And if they break off, It's not going to work. So you just want to gently push one up and push the other one up. And now you want to take the button and you want to find one of the holes and put a little hot glue through one of the holes. Then you want to take the shaft of the motor and put it through the one that you put glue on. And you see, I didn't put it up against the motor. I left it right on the end. This is called a counterweight. It will make it vibrate on each side so that the drawbot really shakes. Now, some people think hot glue dries right away, but it doesn't. If I let this down, it might sink down and stick to the motor, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to hold it for a couple seconds. I'm going to be patient with this because I don't want to touch the hot glue and I don't want to go too fast with it. So I'm just going to do it this way. And when I set it down, I'm going to set it this way. So I'm going to do that. And now we're going to take our battery holder. The red wire is positive, the black wire is negative. With this motor, it doesn't matter, but with some motors it does. So we're going to take the flat end, find that spring, take it, push it in the spring. Sometimes I have to stop talking and pay attention. And get it, and then you hear the click. Take the flat end, find the spring, push it in. Now remember, batteries are nothing to ever play with. You never put them in your mouth. You don't give them to a little brother or sister. You don't give them to an animal. You know, they will make you sick. They're just for when you're a maker and that you have a grown-up around. You have to be safe with your tools. If your grown-up sees that you're not safe with your tools, they're probably going to take them away from you. So we have that all ready to go. Now we're going to take the motor, and on the side where you see the two vents, you're going to put glue right down the middle. Right down the middle. And then you're going to take your cup and you're going to glue it right on the end so that the button is not touching the cup, because we want it to spin around, and if it hits the cup, that's not going to work. Now we want to take the back of the motor, or the battery pack, pardon me, and put glue down each side where the holes are. And we want to put it right on the back end. We don't want them to touch. There needs to be a fine little space in between them. Now, we want to take the black wire and the metal at the end, and we want to stick it through the fragile little receivers. Put it through the hole and make the letter J. You want to make a little hook. And you want to do the same on the other side with the red wire. So you see that they're both hooked on there. Now you gently want to hold your cup and twist your lids off. Remember, you want to save them because if you don't, the markers will all dry out. Now you can always take the tape off and change the markers. Wonder what would happen if you used a fat marker. I don't know. I wonder what would happen if you used pens or pencils. And would crayons be strong enough? I don't know. Those are all great experiments that you could try, and let me know how it goes. So we're going to set it down on the paper. Now let me tell you something about this. When we turn the switch on, it's going to go super fast. So this should not be on your mom's dining room table or your dad's carpet or your grandma's kitchen counter. The best thing to do is put paper down on the floor. It can't be on carpet, it has to be a flat floor, and just let it go. When you see it going off of the paper, turn the switch off or pick it up. Now, let's turn the switch on, and you can hear, whoa. or flip the switch. Make the switch up is off, down is on. And look at the design it made. Isn't that cool? It will keep going and going and going. Sometimes the loud noise scares people, but you shouldn't be afraid. This switch is a great thing. If you leave it up, it's off. It's not using the batteries. If you put it down, it's using the batteries. So you can remember that. So I'd love to see pictures of you making your solo cup drawbot. Let me know how it goes for you. And remember, make sure you're doing this with the grown-up. But more importantly, now it's time to clean up your mess. Put all of your stuff back exactly where you got it. Put it in your maker kit. Put it in a box that you have. And you and a grown-up decide where it will be so that when you want to make something again, you're not looking all over the house for it. So have a great time with your drawing bot.